up, YouTube? Anyways, we're gonna talk about today's. I don't know. I guess I don't know where to start. I really don't know where to start. Talk about myself or talk about what I want to talk about, which is like general topics. But I guess I'll start with I don't know, personal growth or I'll start anywhere and then I'll figure out where I go. And then if you're still listening, then that's cool. And then you can thumbs up and then subscribe and then give me more ideas in the comments below. Cool? Cool. Yeah, I can give you a lot of insight on the things that you post or the things that you comment on the things that you comment on the things below. But if you're still listening, I don't know, I'm going through a lot of different things and I guess I'm going through a moment of realization of a lot of different things. And I've come to realize that even in like relationships, right, like I'm going through a really tough time in mine where sometimes you just grow apart. No matter what brought you together, sometimes you just grow apart, and it's difficult to realize that. And once you realize it and you start trying to do stuff about it, it's difficult if you're not on the same page, and that's where communication kicks in. There's not a lot of communication or a lot of understanding. There's a lot of misunderstanding, right? Listening to understand is different to listen to speak. And I think that's where a lot of our problem just kind of stemmed, is trying to be understanding, but in reality we're just listening to the other person. And listening is just one part of the whole thing. Listening is just hearing the words and processing them, but giving feedback and asking like clarifying questions is what gives you a better view or a better mind of what's going on. And if both people are not, or if all parties are not asking the same questions, or like, what are you feeling right now, what are you going through, what's on your mind, what are you thinking? If none of these questions are asked, then you're not really getting anywhere, and you won't be able to understand each other. And if you don't understand each other and you can't hold each other accountable, then you can't get started on stuff. I want to trade, and holding myself accountable has been very difficult, because I can be as motivated as I want, and I can see the gold at the end, and I know how to dig, and I can tell you where the gold is, but I just don't want to do it. I don't know why. I don't know why finding the gold is not motivating enough. And I found a lot of videos from like Dr. K from Healthy Gamer GG on YouTube that have been very helpful, very insightful, and they've guided me a lot through understanding who I am and what I'm going through. And not just what I'm going through, because I know what I'm going through, but why I'm going through the things that I'm going through. And I think knowing that takes you a lot farther ahead than where most people are. People just kind of go through what they go through and don't grow from it. They try to just get through it if you just try to get through it, then you're just basically molding yourself to the situation, instead of you taking control of yourself and dealing with the situation how you would like to deal with it. Not sure if that makes sense, but hopefully it does. There's ways of, I guess recently I found that there's ways of doing things that the world wants you to do, but not the way the world wants you to do them. Just make your own way. If you keep finding or looking for the ways of other people and how they start doing it, you start following their path, you won't get there because everybody's path is different. Everybody goes through different experiences. Everybody's like, maybe we're all the same human, right? But you are the person, you are me. And if you are me, you're just the version of me that's born in a different part. You're the version of me who was born with both parents, or with no parents, or with siblings. You're the version of me that was born in a city, or that was born in somewhere else, right? And as we grow up, you're just a version of me that grew up black, or brown, or purple, or yellow, or whatever. You're the version of me that got to trouble. You're the version of me that anything. So because we're all the version of ourselves, if we try to follow the path of someone else, trying to hope that we accomplish the same thing, is not going to happen. You just have to understand the steps that they took. And it's kind of like watching a sport, right? And you can't just watch the NFL and try to play on the NFL tomorrow or even today, because you're not an NFL player and you didn't train and you haven't gone through all those steps. Same thing with anything else, right? You just haven't gone through those experiences to make you. But you can watch the game and you can start practicing by yourself, or you can practice the same sport, right? But you're gonna have to follow your own path. That's essentially what I'm trying to get to. Is you follow your own path. Maybe you can get an idea of other people's, right? If you surround yourself, I do believe in that. If you surround yourself with the right people or the right mentality, or if you start obtaining more of that information that is necessary, that is relevant to what you're trying to do, then you'll get a lot further because it's relevant. You'll understand other people's stories, other people's struggles, and because they're going through the same journey that you went through, or that you're going through, or that you want to go through, then you'll be better able to understand the storyline. And maybe you'll understand like the analogies of other people at your life. Like, oh shit, this is similar to someone else's going. But except, I'm going through what I'm going through is exactly the same as my friend, actually. Except I don't have a kid, which is probably much better, right? Like, it's probably better that you don't have a kid. I'm talking to myself now. That I don't have a kid, that I'm leaving with like a single parent, or half and half, or have to co-parent, or have to like sacrifice and do so much for the type of accomplishment that this it's gonna like ultimately have. But yeah, it's probably better for you to understand things earlier rather than later. And reflecting a lot is going to get you there. Don't reflect too much, because then you get lost in stuff and you get stuck in a long time trying to figure out things. You just have to go. Don't try to figure out anything. You just go. Things fall into place. You just got to keep going. It sounds difficult, it sounds hard, but I'm also going through difficult and hard times. I don't know how I'm going to pay rent. I need to make like $2,000 in the next 2 weeks. But, it's okay. We'll figure it out, dude. It's okay. I clock out. I shouldn't be spending money. But even though I need to make $2,000 in the next 2 months, or in the next 2 weeks, like, fuck it. Let's go to In-N-Out and have some fries and a burger. And maybe for you it's pizza, or maybe it's pasta, or maybe it's some other food, or like fruit, or maybe it's an activity. Fuck it, dude. Like, do what you gotta do. Clear your mind. Go on a walk, go on a drive, and start writing things. Like, maybe it sucks because sounds like a lot of the things that people say, like do one thing at a time, try writing it down, all these random bullshit that people say that doesn't really work for me, dude. Write it down and do one thing at a time is the most pet peeve thing that I can hear, because it's the most dumbass version of advice that I can get. It's like, breathe, man. It's like if you're mad and you're stressed out and someone says, "But don't worry about it, man, just relax." Like, dude, you're gonna flip out, because it's not that easy. But sometimes it is. And to help you understand, or to help me understand that, what I did is I ended up just staring at someone else, right? So it sounds weird, but go get coffee or something, and go just look at some other random person, and you'll start noticing that this is they're not gonna remember this day. This is their random day, right? It's December 8th or something, and they're not gonna remember. They don't know what they're doing today or what they wore. They're just here. They're just there. And so are you. So you're the same thing. You're just in someone else's perspective. You're just there. You're just here, man. If tomorrow you don't go to work because you're dead, hopefully not. But if you're dead tomorrow, dude, someone at work is going to do a job listing for your position at some point. And it sucks to realize that, but one of my best customers told me that too. Like, it really sucked. But one of my coworkers died, she said, and 2 days later, they told me, "Hey, post a job." Like, post a job. We need to fill this position. Someone needs to take care of this. And just like that, like, the position was filled. Things go on. It's not that you're forgotten about. Don't get those two mistaken. You can be loved and you can be cared for, but that doesn't mean you can't be gone. You can matter now, you can matter later, but it matters while you're alive. And because it matters while you're alive, it's imperative that you take the best opportunities today for a better tomorrow. It's difficult to hear it from a person that's older, because when you're younger and you hear it, like, "Oh man, I used to be your age." Dude, it's a reflection of different decisions that I would have done, or that person would have done in your shoes. Whenever you hear that, I encourage you to ask, why do you say that? Like, dig in deeper. What would you have done at my age? What are some of the things that you realized? And some of the stuff that I realized is, like, in high school and college, like, I hung out with the wrong people. I didn't really pay attention in class. It's not that I didn't pay attention in class, because I got good grades, but I didn't really pay attention to the types of classes that I was taking, or the curriculum, or like, I wasn't planning my life. And because I was just randomly getting classes and electives that my friends were getting, I took a lot of different courses, and I got a lot of knowledge, don't get me wrong. I'm very knowledgeable in a lot of different things, and that got me where I am today, but I would still do things differently and choose one and stick to it. Even then, my partner, some of my friends, they've had diplomas too. Even if you do one, right, and you graduate, maybe you don't get a job. Maybe you can't even get but at least you graduated, right? And you have that diploma. It's valuable somewhere, or maybe it's valuable to you. It's something that's not valuable to me because I don't have it. It's something higher value to me because I don't have it. And so it kind of sucks when you see someone else have something that you don't have and they don't cherish it. Damn, you don't know how lucky you are to have what you have. And if man, I wish I had a PS5, right? And I could play some games. Man, I wish I had that car. I wish I lived in that house. And we take things for granted. And sometimes it's the same thing. Damn, I remember when I was your age, I would have done different decisions. It's the same thing, but it's in reflection. It's not in material things. It's in decisions. So if you can digest that for a bit, it's very interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, I guess with time and everything, I've just grown to understand certain things in life, and no one said life was gonna be easy, things were gonna be free or expensive. No one told you how to calculate time or plan things out. We're all born and we're all going through different things at a different time. And it's just important that you understand certain things. The longer that you take to understand these things, maybe you'll feel with regret later or remorse. And maybe that's what I'm starting to feel, and that's what could be avoided. And because it could be avoided, you start reflecting on things like this. And I don't want to go in a circle, but yeah, crazy stuff, man. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll cut it here, and yeah, let's see where this channel goes. Let's do it. Chick.